Welcome to the circus.
Welcome what?
Welcome to the circus.
So cute in her little running track suit. She's so excited about her little running track suit. Yeah, you gonna exercise? You gonna run? No, you're not gonna exercise. See, I'm just gonna look cute, huh? Yes. So it's Friday morning, and Gabby's getting ready to go to school, and Mommy is going to drop her off and actually go running, taking the day off. I need a day off. Hello everyone. At week 2 of this journey, I really began to focus. I was forced to focus on my weight. Yeah, my weight. I went to my doctor and my weight was the highest that it has ever been in my entire life. Okay, and everyone has a high. So I mean, saying that is like nothing. Everyone has a weight that was the highest that they ever were in their lives. I mean, but the scales registered. Are you ready for this? Drum roll, please. 173. Boom. 173. I'm 5'7", actually 5'6" and 3/4, but 5'7". 173. OMG. My doctor looked at those numbers and she's like, you've gained 18 pounds. Okay. I mean, I wasn't stepping on the scales as you saw. I really was not interested in stepping in the scales until I went to the doctors and had to step on the scales. And it was 173. So, yeah. And I was complaining of back problems. She did a whole panel on my blood trying to see if I was diabetic. I guess, 173 just means I'm a big old fat hog. And, suddenly I'm at risk for diabetes and all these other things, looking at my liver, all of this. And really everything was totally in line. Everything's perfect. However, what did not come back well was my cholesterol reading. And I've fought cholesterol since I was like 25 years old and 118 pounds. Long story short is my doctor said I had to lose weight. My doctor said I had to lose weight. It's even hard for me to say. So I've been on that journey and I've really had to assess, really think about behavior, my behavior. I love exercise. I have been a runner since I was 12, 13 years old. And in the initial part of my life, running was all about appearance. It was about being thin. It was about, this was the 80s where you can never be too rich or too thin. And I had a mother who really forced this, this thing about, this concept about being thin, and being thin was linked to pretty. In fact, thin was pretty in my head. And so I was just overwhelmed. And I also believed that being thin meant being attractive enough to capture a man's attention, and all of life was supposed to be wonderful after that. Well, I guess maybe about a year and a half ago, I was finally able to decompress from the stress of what I went through to adopt my child. The courts are out of our lives. Everyone is out of my life. I finally have my family. And there was something else that began to just sort of creep up over me. And it was like, wow, I'm still killing myself to look a particular way. That whole phase and opportunity to marry and have children is gone. At that point, I'm like 47, 48 years old. It's not going to happen. Why am I killing myself? So I stopped. I stopped running. I stopped doing much of anything but taking care of my daughter, who is my priority. And it's a beautiful thing. I love taking care of her. And when I'm working out and trying to handle her, sometimes my mood, like today, because I'm back on trying to be fit for health reasons. My doctors basically told me I have to. But it's hard to balance it all. I was allowing anger and resentment in that I spent so much of my life, and I really had like periods of anger and screaming, like driving down the street recently, just screaming so mad because I allowed society to make me crazy. I allowed people, even in my close family who I loved, to make me feel less than. But the reality is I have come back to acknowledge and recognize that the past is the past. And I did. I fell into a self-destructive pattern for many years, year upon year, of harming my body and harming myself in order to fit into a particular image so that I could have a particular life. And that didn't work. It didn't work. You know, as much as I love my daughter, she is everything. She is my world. As much as I love my daughter, in my mind, from the time that I was a small child, I didn't see myself as married, but I did see myself having children, bearing children, and that didn't happen. And when I stand from where I am and I look back, the reason that it didn't happen was me. I was obsessed with things that would not get me to that point. I was obsessed with how I looked. I was obsessed with career. I was obsessed with all of those things. And I feel like I missed. And maybe that's where some of the anger comes from, because being on this side and knowing what it is to be a mother and that love and that commitment and not having a partner, not having a husband, not having, anyone who helped me and to enjoy this with me. It's like, wow, and I missed all of it. Why did I miss it all? I missed it because I was allowing myself to be controlled and to be ruled by society's expectations that I look and I be a certain way. And I missed it all. I missed so much of what the foundation of this life was supposed to be. I somehow went back and fixed it and recreated it, and now I have my family. But gosh, what did I miss in walking down the aisle and having my father walk me down the aisle? What did I miss in rushing to the hospital to give birth? What did I miss? I missed all of that. And it's because I allowed society's expectations about appearance to get in here and to get in here. And while I try to wipe that away, I don't care. And I'm now being told, yeah, okay, all that's fine and dandy, but the reality is that you're not going to be here. If you continue to gain weight at the rate that you're gaining, you're not going to be here to raise the child that you say is so important to you. And I get that. I get it. So, what do I do? So, now, I am up in the mornings. About 3 or 4 mornings. It's been a week and a half, but I'm up and I'm on the treadmill. My commentary for week 2 of 52 Weeks to 50 is to not allow society to dictate how you feel about yourself and how you treat yourself. Because in the end, you're only hurting yourself. In the end, I only hurt myself. I hurt myself all those years with extreme dieting and all this nonsense because I missed so many opportunities. In my head, even though I was 125 pounds, I would not go places or do things because I felt like I was fat. At 5'7", 125 pounds. Thought I was fat. You know, it's just, I missed, and I missed so much. So, yeah. That's really my message for 52 Weeks to 50. Week 2 is society. Okay, alright. So the sun is on you, but I want you to say with the pledge that you said to me a few minutes ago, because that was very good.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Yay!
Thank you.
Okay, good job.